No, look, Test match cricket turns so quickly. We've still got Mossadegh to come, so having that extra bit of cushion also helps us a little bit. Nobody knew what's going to happen, but a fantastic, one of the best partnerships I've seen in international cricket that I've been involved in.
Russell, Mominul and Hito were bowled in incoming deliveries in ANTI-PIRACY. Today, Shanto was bowled in an incoming delivery as well. So left-handers are struggling against incoming deliveries. Why do you think this is happening?
Yeah, look, I think Shanto probably the first to admit it wasn't his best shot. He's a more organised, tighter player than that, but he's still got a lot of learning to do in international cricket. He's got all the ability. I think he can be a fantastic player for Bangladesh. And people remember when you think of Litton's first 15, 16, 17 test matches, also a lot of question marks asked about him. So much ability, hasn't averaging 20, 21. He's now averaging nearly 40, 36, 37. So he's still learning. Batting at the top of the order, never easy. Coming against a new ball under a little bit of pressure. So he'd be the first to admit it wasn't his best shot. But I know he's a quality player. I've seen the way he practices, the way he plays, his ability. It's all about just learning about batting long periods of time in international cricket.
Mominul said it mentioned that he didn't bother about his form. What did you think? Why he is not bothered about his batting form?
Because he's got a fantastic record. He's got most hundreds in Bangladesh cricket. He's got 11 test hundreds in, I think, 51 test matches. I mean, you've got some fantastic players in that team. Of Mushrik's got his 9th in maybe 75 test matches. Mominul's got 11 in 53, 54, so he knows how to get runs. And all players go through slumps in form, and all players lose a little bit of confidence and belief. As coaches, it's your job to support those players in those times and make sure that they get out of those slumps at certain stages, because they're all going to go through it.
Do you think he is in off form?
Do I think he's off form?
Yes.
I don't think he's off form. He's just out of runs. He's not getting runs. I watched him in the nets. Even this morning, he looked really good. His positions were really good when he batted. So he's out of runs, not out of form.
Okay, last 3 questions.
Russell, beginning of the Bangladesh innings, the behavior of the wicket surprised you?
No, a very good wicket. I thought it was a good wicket. Very few dismissals. Maybe Mominul got quite a good ball that stayed down a little bit, but good wicket. Good wicket.
Mushi is not going to play for Bangladesh. He's doing this for his personal reason.
Yes.
As he's in top form, Bangladesh is going to miss someone in the middle.
Absolutely. But it creates an opportunity to develop the next player. Because like I've always said, the Mushfiqs, the Shakibs, Tamim's not going to be around forever. And we need to find times to play guys like Rabi. Make sure we stick with Shantos, because they need to come into the test team, and those guys are done with 15, 20 test matches behind the name. So obviously disappointing because he's in good form at the moment, but provides an opportunity for somebody else to develop the game and go forward.
Atif?
Do you think that Mominul needs to reorganize his batting technique or something like that, because he's going to stop for a long time?
Well, when you say a long time, I mean, it's 4 tests ago. You got an unbelievable 80 in New Zealand. It was just 4 tests ago. Test in Christchurch, you got 30 tests in South Africa, and this test, the first test match here. So it's not a long time. He played a fantastic innings in Mount Maunganui to set up the game that we won. There's no player that gets runs every single game. It's part of it. He's a quality player. He's got 11 test hundreds. He's got the best record of any Bangladeshi batter in terms of hundreds to test matches. There's a big score around the corner for him. I have no doubt about that. Yes, sir.
Lidl is currently the 2nd highest under in this year in Test, and 3rd in World Test Championship second. So how impressive?
He's really taking his game to the next level. I think batting him lower down the order has helped him. He will definitely become Bangladesh's number 4 or number 5 in time to come, but having him in that number 6, number 7 position takes a little bit of pressure off him. He can play with good intent and positivity, and he's been fantastic for us for the last year and a half.
Last question.
Given the position of the game, I mean, what are you expecting tomorrow? Quick runs or more
No. You know, in this game, you're 2 wickets away from being in a tricky position again. The average score here, day one, our first innings is 314. At the moment, if these two can get through the first hour tomorrow, puts us in a really good position. If they can get us to 300 with no damage, Mossadegh to come, we can't look too far yet. We've got to look at the first ball, first hour tomorrow, and then see where we go, because the rate was fantastic today. And you know, in Maripur, the game speeds up. You can bowl a side out in 2-3 sessions here. So the game speeds up as the game goes on. We can't look too far yet. All our folks in the first session tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ওরা কিন্তু চলে আসতেছে হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ শ্রীলঙ্কা চলে আসতেছে কিন্তু বুঝলেন না হ্যাঁ এখন আসবে বুঝিস ভাই আইবো দেখি এখানকার কনফারেন্স শেষ হলে হ্যাঁ আসবে আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ গাড়িতে রেখে দেন আবার ফোন দিব আপনার
Thank you.
Sir, please. Please, couple of questions. Obviously, firstly about what's the situation with Usab after what we saw on the ground, and secondly, how responding is it to move away from 24 for 5, like not taking injuries?
Yeah, cool. So, Kusal is currently having some checks done on him just to make sure he's okay. So he will be in hospital having those checks. We will get a report back from a doctor. Obviously, our first and most important thing is the welfare of a player, so we'll make sure he's taken care of. But hopefully everything will be okay and he'll be back at the hotel with us tonight. But it's an ongoing process at the moment. Your second question, obviously it's disappointing to not push on from the start we've got. I thought we exploited the early movement fantastically well. The two seam bowlers there were exceptional again in their disciplines, the way they held their line and length, and the good questions that they asked the batsmen. Unfortunately, we didn't back it up after that, and from there on in, we gave opportunities away, a lot of scoring opportunities, and then when we did force an error, unfortunately, we were unable to take that catch, which would have made a huge difference, and I think it was said on commentary that it could be costly. Well, it's proved very costly to us.
Going forward for
I think it's a good wicket now. I think early on, for the first hour, there was some movement there. And I think both teams would have expected that and hoped they could weather that well. There's been a little bit of spin, but not a lot. But I think it's been a good wicket to bat on from probably an hour into the game. I don't think we've helped ourselves. I don't think we've bowled particularly well after that initial spell, and we have to be honest with that, and we have to face into that. But the strange thing is that the score that it is, 2 quick wickets tomorrow, and the game comes alive again. So that'll be the key thing for us tomorrow morning, will be to make sure that we come back, hit our straps, try and push for a couple of early wickets and then run through and keep ourselves in this game. I've just answered that. Yeah, I think they've played well. Like I say, they've hit the bad ball and they've kept out the good ball. We've given them plenty of bad balls to hit, unfortunately, on our behalf. But the fact is, the two of them, it's a great partnership they've put together. Under pressure to start with as well, so you've got to give them a lot of respect for that. The fact that when they came in, they had to put a score on the board. Otherwise, we could have obviously pushed a lot of pressure on them, but they didn't. They replied very well, and they've put Bangladesh in a good position. So well done.
How do you evaluate the spin bowler performance, especially in last 2 sessions?
How do I evaluate a spin? To be honest, we could have bowled a lot better. Again, it's something that we'll talk about in the dressing room once I get back to the dressing room. I think we need to be able to hold the line and length much better, and I think we give too many balls away to hit. And that's something that we'll be working very hard on to rectify. And it's, again, something I'll be talking to them about in the dressing room when I get back. But there's no point hiding from that fact. I think we have to look into it to make it better.
Please.
It's about the first session, the way Rajita and Hasika bowled. Does it give you a little bit of an inkling about what the future holds for Sri Lanka? You being in because now your Lucknow's career also ended. That was a pretty big blow for Sri Lanka. But with these two coming in, does that give you a bit of hope about the season?
It does, absolutely. I think, this is obviously my second game in charge. I'm having a good look at what we have got and what we haven't got. But it does give me a lot of hope at the fact that in a very short period of time, we've managed to instill the disciplines in the seam bowlers that they can make a difference, whether it be attacking off stump or whether it be going short as well. A tactic that has worked certainly in the last game for us and created an opportunity this game that we didn't take. So it does give me a lot of hope. What I can see is there is room for improvement, and if we do improve them, I can see us improving quickly, which is what excites me.
During the second session, Sri Lanka dropped a catch-up hit on Raj, and after that he scored half century and gradually he scored the century also. How do you elaborate that, please?
Well, we need to catch it. Simple as that. As I said earlier when I answered a question earlier, when you drop people that are good players, they usually make you pay, and on this occasion he's made us pay.
Anyone? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you.
সব জায়গায় দিয়ে রাখেন এটা তো বলবো, এটা তো দুজনে কথা বলছো না, এভাবে সরানো থাক।
ভালো দিন, আমি যাই যেতে না ভাই নাই তো এর লিগে তো আমি তোমার কাছে কইতাছি ব্যবস্থা করো একটা। চলো আমরা একটা মেরে দিই, চলো ওই আছে মাল মেটেরিয়ালস আছে।
হ্যালো